Hi, my name is Brian Lambright with Arkansas Bowhunters Association. I'm the vice president. We welcome you out today. We want to go over intro to bow hunting and 3D tournament archery. Some of the websites you'll want to write down real quick or put them in your phone is arkansasbowhunters.org. arkansasbowhunters.org. You can follow us on our Facebook page, but I would like for you to go to arkansasbowhunters.org, go to the Urban Hunt link, and you're going to want to scroll down through there until you see IBEP crossbow course. If you want to hunt with a crossbow, I definitely recommend you taking this course to learn. There's just way too much to wrap up in a morning course. We're just going to get a bow in your hand and get you folks out shooting and introduce you to archery. So want to do that. IBEP is for the bow hunter, the International Bow Hunter Education Program. IBEP for crossbow will be a separate course if you want to hunt with a crossbow. If this is your first year, I definitely don't recommend you going out and blooding up a bunch of deer. What I would recommend for you this year, if you're going to want to bow hunt, I would recommend starting out with a crossbow, which is what I go to after rut anyway, because deer become so skittish when the leaves come off the trees. It becomes very difficult to draw back on deer. So this is another tool in the arsenal. My son's crossbow. This is a bear. You want to make sure that your arrows and your nocks match up. So you need your crossbow, scope. Basically, this stuff comes ready to hunt. Make sure you go with the same manufacturer's arrows because it can explode your crossbow. You want to keep your thumb down. There's a lot you're going to want to go over in the course. So IBP or ICP, if you want to do the crossbow, please go through the course. You don't have to pay for the course till you're completely done, but I definitely want you to go through those courses for your perspective, weapon of choice. And then you're going to need a cock and rope also, unless your crossbow cocks itself. So please jump on there and do those. Morel Targets, they make some good targets. They support us, and we work hand in hand with them. So if you want you a good target, we definitely recommend Morel Targets, and that will basically get you started. We'll go into archery more and over some different stuff. You're going to want to learn about sighting in your bow. There's a whole lot to learn with bow hunting. I recommend, like I say, if you're wanting to hunt this year, this is August already. This should be August 17th, I believe, is when this course is going to start. So you're going to want to, jump on there, do the ICEP, and hunt with a crossbow this year, unless you're having some experience with bow hunting. And it was just going to be a video intro, and hopefully we'll get you out before it gets past 100 degrees and get you out there shooting in the field, and you will enjoy it. We had a great time last year. We also have urban hunts available, 6 cities we can urban hunt. There's a lot the ABA has to offer, 3D tournaments that we shoot. If you want to jump on Off the Clock with B. Scott, his YouTube channel, there's a couple different podcasts there, Arkansas Bowhunters Association and the urban hunts. And then you go to another one that I did with the ABA. Clifton Denny and I did the first one, and then we got some ABA members to come back to the second one. That will be Bow Hunters Feeding Communities. So you can look those two up, find out a lot more about the Arkansas Bow Hunters Association, and we thank Bass Pro and Arkansas Game and Fish for the opportunity to put this on for you folks. Okay, and so if you're more advanced, then you can go with your compound. You're going to experiment with some different veins to see what catches your eye the best. Orange works good for me. So this is what I got. You always want to leave your release attached to your bow, and you'll find out why when you get in your stand back in the woods and you don't have it. So keep your release attached. Also, a bow carrier is awesome to have. They have some slings you can get from Bass Pro, and arrows, all that stuff. You can get ready to hunt packages. It's definitely what I recommend. But like I said, if this is your first year, please go with a crossbow, and or wait till next year until you get proficient with shooting before you go out to the woods to hunt with a compound. So I shoot the Bowtech SR350. I like it a lot. And what you can do is go to some archery shops, Bass Pro, and they will let you shoot numerous bows, see what you like, see what feels good. And then that's how you base your decision. If you want to shoot compound, shoot compound. If you want to shoot traditional, shoot traditional. Don't let anybody affect you on trying to shoot what they want you to shoot. If you're going to enjoy hunting, you need to enjoy, shooting what you want to shoot, not what they want you to shoot. So let people talk, just hunting what you want to hunt with, have a good time, and come home safe. You want to do things that are safe, and there's a lot of safety. You want to study all this stuff, IBEP, please go through the IBP course. You're going to learn a lot about bow hunting and about archery, the history. So please do that for us. ArkansasBowhunters.org. Morel targets. You're also going to want to set my boat in real quick. Morel targets, they make a good target. That is pretty cool, the high roller. So that's available for you. The Morel high roller and a rangefinder. You're also going to want to set up Allen wrenches so you can sight in your bow. But for now, this is just a good start. Rangefinder. If you want to start shooting 3D with us, you want to be able to calculate your ranges and get used to how far a certain range is. So that's just a basic startup, and we'll go a little bit deeper shortly.
Okay, you put the steps up first.
Okay.
Okay, you can put them all together and put them up, or you can put them up one at a time, just depending on how you do it and depending on your tree. Okay, I put them up one at a time. I usually have them, what I try and do is go up the tree once and come down once, period, it's done. Okay, so what I do is I put the first one on, and I'll have all of these attached to me, and I'll pull the next one up, set it, tighten it down, go up and up.
Attached with a rope?
Yes, attached with a rope.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, and then when I get up to it there, I get it set. Okay, well, while you're doing this, you need to be wearing your lineman's belt on your safety system. Okay, that way you're attached with 3 points of contact at all times as you're going up. Okay, as soon as I get up there, okay, that's the next thing I do is I put this on. This is a pulley and a strap, and what you do is you put it up there and you put it on there, and then you take your rope that's attached to your stand, you pull it through there, and then you pull it up, get it set where you're setting, and then you tie it off. Okay, and that keeps you from putting both legs around the tree, one around it, trying to hold the stand up there and trying to lash it on.
Tie it off with a ratchet strap, or?
Yeah, I just tie this up. No, I just tie the rope off.
Okay.
It goes through this pulley.
Okay.
And it's attached to your stand.
Okay.
I pull up the stand with the rope on the pulley.
Okay.
I tie off the rope onto my sticks. That way that the stand is just sitting there.
Okay.
Okay. And then I put my ratchet straps on my stand. Okay. And the last thing I do is I go up and I put my lifeline on. It has to be so far above you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're standing up, you're still only going to fall 12 to 14 inches, 12 to 18 inches, right around there, if you fall. And when you're sitting in the stand, you need to have that tight, not super tight, but tight enough that if you fall, you're only going to fall a little bit. That way, because how many people are going to move that when they stand up to shoot a deer? They're not.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's why you have to have it tight when you're standing. Okay. Another thing, on your stand, it needs to be below your top of your steps.
Step down into and up out of.
Yes, you have to step down into and up out of.
Yeah.
Okay. And that'll leave, because if you step on the side on this and you don't have both straps on here, it'll just kick out from under you.
Yeah.
You have to be careful about that. Okay. Another thing, when you're putting this stand up, make sure the platform is up when you attach it, and then you step on it, and you set it into the tree. And when I take it back down, I just do just the opposite. First thing I do is I go all the way up, attach my lineman's belt, and then I take this safety line, I attach it to the stand, I remove it and attach it to the stand, lower the stand down, then I just take the steps down as I go down.
Okay. And one more thing about the vest, which you're telling me, make your vest mandatory.
Yeah, make it so you have to use it. Okay, put everything you need in here. Okay, that way, like if you have a backpack, if you have everything in your backpack, and you walk out to your stand, and you forgot your forgot your vest.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure you have stuff in that you're going to walk back and get it.
Yeah.
When you're putting up a ladder stand, we all know we can put it up with one. They suggest minimum two, Best way 3. Can I get 2 volunteers? They're not doing anything crazy.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna get one of y'all to put your foot on the right here, and then the other guy here, grab this strap, and I'll grab this strap. Just bring it up like so. Make sure you have the right angle. You don't want to be too far out. You don't want to be too far in.
4 to 1 per OSHA standards.
And then I'll have you throw that strap around to me. I'll give you mine. Come around, be real tight about it. Then you'll come here. We don't have to do them. Just showing you. Do you not? And obviously we didn't do it for the demonstration purposes, but most of them, all ladder stands, we'll have this right here. And it'll be towards your middle. Put your stick in. Make sure that's to the tree. Tie it around, hook it back in, make sure that's secure. Real self-explanatory stuff. Now this is where a big thing a lot of people don't do. See how this is loose right now? Don't do that. Reason why is if you fall out of here, you're gonna be swinging. You want to be able to fall. If you fall, you want to be able to get back to whatever it is, whether it's walk on, ladder, climber, whatever it is. So we say to tie it off at the bottom of your ladder, your sticks, or whatever it is. That way when you fall, you'll fall close to your ladder. You can just grab on your ladder or stick or whatever it may be. But this is just on there. It's easy for us to keep up with. But this right here, when you're climbing up there and you get up there, your line's gonna be on your stand like that. Y'all ever use one of these? Lineman belt, your best friend. When you get up there, unhook this joker. If I can get it unhooked, give me a second. Go around that tree, hook it back on. Cinch it up however tight you need to. That way you're still secure, because this isn't going to be on your tree yet. Get around there, untie it from your stand, or take it out of your backpack, whatever it may be. And while you're climbing up there, make sure somebody's holding it when somebody's with you. Put that above you. When y'all sit down, when you're harnessed in, when y'all sit down, you don't want it, you don't want it to be damn near pulling you up. You want it to just be snug. You want to feel it. That way when you fall, because you want this to be above your head. Most people will leave it right there. If you put it right there and you fall, that's this much further you're gonna fall. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to hurt my nards, I don't want to do that. So put that, what do they say, 2 foot, 3 foot above your head. That way you can just feel it. You just want to feel it snug. You don't want it to be choking you or nothing. Anybody use a climber?
So, not anymore. But first thing, always fun to do. Anybody ever lost their bottom?
Yeah. Yep. And the top.
Me too. That's what that's for, by the way.
No, I mean like you just slid down to it.
If you didn't know what that's for, that's what that's
Yeah,
for.
it's about
Uh,
10 to 12 foot up.
I've done these things for a long, long time, like lots of years.
Huh?
And I've never asked that question. If you've ever lost the bottom, I've never asked that question to a group of 10 or more people that I didn't have at least 3 raise their hand. At least 3. So roughly estimated 3 out of every 10 people have had some kind of almost accident, right? That's pretty well standard across the board. That's why we wear this, okay? Wear a safety vest. Whatever it is, wear it. The better the safety vest you get, the easier it is to wear. The easier it is to wear, the more people will wear it.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with them ones that come on with the deer stands when you buy them. Nothing wrong with them if they're used right. They're just kind of hard to use. So if you don't have a good vest, get a good vest, okay? Anybody got anything about having a vest? You need one. These urban hunts, which is probably what most of you is in this class for, is urban hunts. These urban hunts, the whole idea of this is us being inconspicuous. They're not supposed to know we're there. If they wanted everybody to know we was there, they'd give everybody a 30-06 and say, go kill deer. They don't do that. The reason they don't do that is because they're not supposed to know we're in these urban areas. And if you would like to let everybody know that you are in this urban area, fall out of a tree and then call a helicopter. That's a pretty good way for folks to figure out we're there, okay? So if these cities decide that you are a liability, they can stop doing it. They're not required to do these urban hunts. So if you, any one of you, are the guy that falls out of a tree and makes these cities decide that we're a liability and they shut it off, that bunch of guys that was up there and gals that was up there that you seen, all them people standing around, there's not just that many at this one. There's that many at 7 or 8 more of those around the state. Don't be that one guy that ruins this, okay? Get a vest, wear a vest. Everybody got it? All right. With the climbers, there's more than one method. I'm going to show you mine. And whenever I ask this, everybody raises their hand. If they don't, I'm going to give you a mean look. Anybody use a safety vest? Okay. With the climbers, usually what you see is people have the belts. You know what I'm talking about, them nylon belts. You go around there and you hook your tether to it. Those are kind of a pain in the rear. They're slow. You got to undo the belt, and then you got to do that buckle and all that stuff. I'm going to show you what we call short rope. This is basically a lifeline like you're going to learn on all the rest of these, but it's this long instead of that long. Okay? Okay, I'm done. Now as I go up, if I climbed up to here and here I stand, I go move this up. I just move that up as high as I can reach. I cinch that up, and then I can take another bite or two. Easy enough, right?
All those guys are ICP certified. They've been doing a lot longer than I have. But, you know, here we are. We're going to go over blood trail a little bit. Bloodhoundbloodtrail.com is my website. I got the tracking dog there, Bavarian Mountain Scent Hound. I've been in tracking since about 2019, raising, training, tracking dogs. But blood trailing here, just going over with us, you can tell a lot by your shot when you're bow hunting. You know, the whack hitting in the ribs or that flop sound when it hits the belly. And you can tell a lot by a deer's reaction. If it hunches his back and sort of creeps off, what's that tell you a lot of times? Yeah, gut shot. You want to back off on gut shot deer or liver shot deer, give him time to die. I had my son hit one and they found the guts and all. I told him don't try to push it, and we never found that deer. So you want to back out. And a lot of times people think, well, man, I got to get to the deer, because if it's not dead, and sometimes it can take them 10 to 12 hours of gut shot deer to die. So if it's not dead, the meat's not going to go bad. Don't rush it. If you know you made a good shot and you got double lungs, you hear it go down. A lot of times you can hear it go down. Always listen. One of the main things is you don't want to panic in that moment where you feel so pumped up. It's a big monster button buck, you know. I mean, bow hunting, the thing about bow hunting, man, it doesn't matter what you shoot. It's all trophies, man. But, you know, just try to pay attention to where deer goes and try to really focus in that moment. But anyway, I'm sure all y'all done blood trailing. This is our shot. Obviously we had bubbles on it back in the day when we laid it, but it was a while. But you can just progress with me. We're gonna just follow the blood trail. And I'll tell me when y'all pick it up at me. Yeah. Right now through here, right here. See that? You can look for scuff mark. Another thing with deer, you know, if you shoot them and they do the mule kick, you know that's usually a real good shot, and they barrel out of there. A lot of times that you made a good shot on that deer. Just watching their body reaction will tell you a lot. Okay, so we get up to here, and you know, you can if you're hunting these urban environments, you can like get Spartan Forge or Onyx, something that will show you property lines. If we were to run up to a tree that's painted purple or a posted sign, of course, you know, we have to stop. We have to get permission to go on that property. One of the things he was saying, you know, we don't want to ruin it for everybody else. So just try to do what's right. And usually the phone number will be there or a name. And there's different ways. Fast People Search, you can Google their number, and usually sometimes I'll pull up multiple numbers, but you can keep dialing until you try to find somebody. Make the effort to do it right, because we don't want to ruin this for everybody. You know? So if we come up to a property line, we stop. We got to get permission, and once we get permission, if they say no, then we want to call the game warden and the police and get them back over there, because technically, you know, every effort has to be made to recover that animal. Wanton waste, I've been told that a game warden will force them to get licensed and to tag that deer. They have to take responsibility for that deer if it's on their property. So they're going to be the one being the jerk, not us. But, you know, we got to do everything we can to recover the deer. We got all our time, energy, and effort, and you know, invested in what we do. So okay, we got permission, so we move on. And we didn't have a post this time, but just keep on. We got some there. Okay, well, what does this mean? If we had some hair right here, a lot of times a pool of blood like that, and hair on the ground will be a wound bed. Sometimes they lay down. If you didn't hear them get up, then you know you probably didn't jump them. If you jump a deer once, I would consider getting a dog. United Blood Trackers, Arkansas Blood Trackers. There's plenty of people have them.